Hiyo everybody, this is IcicleFerret, and I just wanted to give my quick 2 cents on the Heart of Deimos, or Deimos, I don't know how to say that correctly either, that was revealed during the TennoCon virtual, whatever you want to call it, live stream. If you didn't already know, Deimos is going to be a new planet, a new planetary body. Not really a planet. It's late, I'm tired, I'm not thinking straight. So Deimos is going to be a new node on the star chart, and it's going to have a bunch of nodes within the nodes. So it's a new it's basically, it functions as a new planet with its own nodes, and it's replacing the Orokin derelict. And it's also adding the 3rd open world tile to Warframe, and it's going to be infested themed, which makes sense because we already have a Grineer tile open world, and we already have a Corpus open world. So infested makes sense. They already said it's going to be smaller, which also makes sense because Deimos is it's a moon, it's not a planet, it's small. So a small tile set makes sense. And we're going to learn a little bit more about the Orokin, it looks like, and the void energy that magically powers our Warframes and our operator abilities and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that part. I am interested in learning more about the lore. I am a little confused why they decided to name one of the NPCs Mother, because we already have a space mom. So why would they use the name Mother? Like, she has a name. Why don't they just call her by that name? I don't know. It kind of seems like a little bit of a oversight on their part. One thing that I'm not so excited about is it really just looks like a reskin of all of the other open worlds. So you're gonna run missions, you're gonna get cred with this new faction that they're introducing for some reason. This old Orokin family that's I guess the caretakers of the void somehow, that we've miraculously never heard about before. So they've introduced this whole new faction, which, I mean, I guess it's not unheard of, because they kind of did that with the Plains of Eidolon and with the Orvalis. They introduced us to the Ostron and the Vox Solaris. So this is just kind of that, but they went with them being Orokin, half-infested Orokin. I mean, I'm hoping it makes sense, but at the same time, it's Warframe, so it's probably not going to. As far as the actual world itself, it does look visually stunning. I don't know how good it's going to look on my PC when I turn down the graphics, but I mean, I have high hopes. I have high hopes for that. And I am actually kind of happy that it is going to be a smaller tile set. The plains are great, the Orvalis is great. I'm glad that we're going to have fishing and conservation, and I look forward to adding to my floof collection. But I am glad that the actual open area is going to be a little bit smaller, because traversal was a big issue in the other open tile sets. Anyway, traversal was kind of a big issue, and they did make some adjustments to the Archwing and the traverse system to make that a little bit easier. But basically what it came down to was you would do these... what can't I think right now? It's late. I should be going to bed. I shouldn't be recording this, but anyway. The bounty system, basically. The bounties. And it's going to be more of that on Deimos. Dimes. But the bounty system is basically go here, do a thing, go here, do a thing. And in the large tile sets, it didn't really matter where you went to go do the thing. It was the same thing. Maybe the enemies were slightly higher level. Not that exciting. So with the smaller tile set, I think that it's going to be, there's going to be less travel time, there's going to be less downtime between where you go to do the thing and where you go to do the next thing. And that should hopefully speed up gameplay a little bit, maybe make the bounties not so much of a chore. I'm not holding out much hope for that, but it's exciting that we're getting a new open world tile set, but at the same time, it's probably going to just be more of the same. It looks like they are adding some more resources to the game, which I guess that's fine. I don't know why we need so many, but whatever. They wanted to do that, so they did it. And as we level up, we're going to unlock more of this, I already forgot the name of it, Entrati. This Italian family that we're helping out here. And I don't know how I feel about getting in bed with the mob, but whatever. The Orokin mob. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call them now. They're the Orokin Mafia. And they did mention that the cave systems are going to be randomly generated. So those are gonna have like an infested tile set to them. So every time you go in, it'll be slightly different. That'll be kind of nice to keep things fresh, keep things exciting. Every time you do a mission that goes into a cave system, it's not going to be, okay, check these 5 places for the spawn points. The new enemies look cool. Like every other faction has gotten new enemies when they opened God, words are not coming to me. When they opened a new tile, every faction gets new enemies. So that's to be expected. Not really sure they're going to be anything special, for lack of a better term. It's going to be just shoot them a bunch of times until they die. They also have the new Necrolith enemies, or not Necroliths, Necromechs, the Doctor Who dead people trapped inside of suit things. Which I think also made an appearance in the Fallout series. So it's not really a new concept. It's been done before. I'm kind of, I guess, disappointed is the closest word that I can think of right now that fits how I feel about the Necromechs, because dead bodies trapped inside of a suit. Done before. You know, not really exciting. Oh, but I guess you get to control these dead bodies with your operator, except when you fight them as an enemy, which when you fight them as an enemy, they show up as like a Kuva boss style thing. They're probably the Deimos version of the Tusk Thumpers. So there's probably going to be some trick to beating them. We didn't really get to see much about that in the little gameplay trailer. But yeah, there's probably going to be some trick to beating them, and it's going to be like just like the Tusk Thumpers, go here, kill this kind of thing. Oh, another thing about the new enemies is some of them look like they were inspired by Lephantis, which I'm actually quite excited about, because Lephantis has a physical shape that doesn't have any corollary in Warframe until now. So how Lephantis got its kind of centaurid shape was a bit of a mystery. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was a cool design, and I'll give it that. But these new enemies, these new Orokin infested creatures, have that same inspiration to their shape. They've kind of got this long neck-like upper body, and then these spindly little claw legs that it uses. So you can clearly see how Lephantis subsumed that and made that shape its own. So I think that's cool that they're tying in the new lore with the old kind of established canon. You know, so that part I'm excited about. I really would like to explore that a little bit more. They did more with the operator. You can use the operator to pilot the Necromechs. I honestly don't have high hopes for that. I mean, maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I think it's just going to be like the Darajans in the Plains of Eidolon, where it's cool in theory and concept, and then you actually get your hands on it and play it, and you're like, man, my primary with 6 Forma is better than this. You know, it's a problem with power creep. And unless they make these Necromechs super powerful, unless they make them really worth it, they're just not going to be worth it. You know, they have been talking about giving your operator a suit of combat armor, basically, because right now when you use your transference, which it's fine as a gameplay mechanism, but I think logically transference itself doesn't make sense in the universe. The whole reason that we have Warframes is so that these pilots can pilot them like drones in a fight and be away from danger. And then you use transference to travel through the void, through your Warframe, into the battle. And it's like, the whole point that you were using the Warframe was to be away from the battle. And now you're right in the middle of it. So you see where there's some logic problems here? But as a gameplay mechanic, it's fine. You know, it's a game spelled GAEM. It's fine. They're trying to flesh out that aspect of Warframe a little more and give your operator more than just some cosmetics to wear when they go into battle. And I can appreciate that. I can respect that. I still think having your operator go into battle is kind of dumb. But if that's what they want to do with their game, that's what they can do with their game. And I'm, gonna at least give it a shot. I'm not gonna, knock it till I try it. I can only tell you guys that I really don't have that high of hopes for it. I have a feeling that it's gonna be really grindy, just like the Railjack initially, and it's gonna require you to just sink hours upon hours into grinding these things into RNG to get what you want. And then they're just gonna patch it and make it easier, so it's gonna be kind of pointless that you spent hours and hours into it. But that's my prediction. Be interesting to hear what your guys' thoughts on it are. I know that there are some people in my clan who really like the idea of taking their operator into combat, and maybe this is the update for them. But who knows? We'll find out, hopefully. But as for using the necromechs in combat, I just see this going the same way as Darrigan's. I really do. It's gonna be cool to play around with. You're gonna be like, yeah, this is fun, but the controls are probably going to be clunky, or they're gonna require some weird system for you to max out your power, and you're gonna have to grind, or you're gonna have to train, and it's just gonna be more trouble than it's worth. And you're gonna be like, yeah, you know what? Just give me my Tigress Prime. Or give me my Tonkor, or, give me my Kuva Brahma. But I think I rambled on long enough. I mean, I know I've been maybe overly critical of the trailer so far, but I really am looking forward to this. I want to see the new lore entries. I want to get more floofs. I want to do more fishing. And I think it's great that Warframe has this plethora of content. If somebody wants to just grind the same mission for hours on end, they can. If somebody just wants to chill out and fish, they can. They do kind of get hit with random encounters, so maybe they'll fix that and just let us have a little nice fishing spot. I doubt it, but anyway, I'm still rambling again, so I'm going to stop now. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you guys so much. Check out the links down in the description below. I have links to things like a Discord server that I share with some friends of mine, other cool stuff like that you can check out if you want. Again, thank you guys so much for spending time with me. Time is a very valuable resource, and the fact that you choose to spend your time with me means so much to me. Stay frosty, my friends, and I will see you next time.